Hello, I'm Mrs. Francis. I am your teenager's chemistry teacher. This is what they see of me, just, my eyes and above. It seems like these days with our masks on, but I'm here alone, so I'm going to take this off for us. And I want to welcome you to the chemistry open house. So let's get ourselves started. I'm going to share a little presentation that I put together. And here we have some of our students working on some of their challenges at the beginning of the year. We'll have some of these community building challenges throughout the year because as scientists, we really need to promote and enhance our ability to communicate with others and to work together to solve problems. So welcome to chemistry. Welcome to our room here. We have a beautiful chemistry lab in room 243. A big space in which kids are able to get up and move around throughout class, which is really a great gift to us. All right, a little bit about myself. This is my 21st year teaching at Berkeley High School. I love teaching. I feel like I've been doing it forever. I am our department head and think team leader, which is a real honor for myself. And then I am a mom of a 5 and almost 6-year-old first grader at Rogers Elementary. And so I am not only a teacher here in the district, but I too am a parent of a student as well. So I know where you're coming from. You can read a little bit about my background in research and kind of how I got here. The schedule is, we're back to our 6-hour schedule. I think everybody's pretty much aware that I'm teaching 5 sections of chemistry and I'm teaching 1 section of the AP Environmental Science here at the high school. I love really all the sciences, so it's a nice variety for me. A few things I want to share with you about how students can do their best in this class. And a lot of students don't understand that there's a lot of work, a lot of persistence that happens before they get to that success. So when we look at the iceberg illusion, that's what people see, but this is all the hard work, the failure, the mistakes that happen. And so we're going to work all year on having a growth mindset, meaning that we are going to look at ourselves and think in ways that will help us move towards success. We do that each week. Last week, we looked at what to do when we make mistakes, how we can turn those into positives. This week, we have concentrated on the power of yet and how that will help our positive thinking and help us actually to move closer and closer to solutions and understanding. Let's make sure all of our kids are on time and they're present in class, like they're fully present, like not just sitting in the chair or standing at a table. This year has been really interesting in seeing how excited kids are to be back at school and have all of their classmates. So I've seen a lot of kids just be fully present, but we're going to encourage that throughout the year. We try to reduce distractions for them here, and I want to encourage you to try to reduce distractions at home, forming a quiet place where students can work. Music is okay, usually without lyrics is best, but a good working space. I want to encourage all of our parents to make that happen for their teenagers. I'm going to keep encouraging kids to be active participants and asking questions and participating in classroom discussions, and then using our daily folders in Schoology and our daily files, which have all of our agendas on them. So let me show you a little bit about that. This is the front page for our daily files, and I'm going to sweep that over here so you can see this. If you click that, and I've included the presentation there for you, you can actually click around here. You'll see that we have a scientist, the latest news, but I think what's most important is that they can get to the table of contents and all of the agendas, all of the references that they might need, their growth mindset pieces, any of the focus questions that we're working on. And so a typical agenda might look like this, or this was our last Thursday. They are all color coded. And it has like the past due on there, like things that you should have turned in by now, homework that you need to take care of, announcements in the calendar. So it's a really helpful resource. And then all of our assignments will be posted in Schoology And Schoology has a link in all of our folders directly to this. I'm going to move that out of the way for us. Okay, so what goes on in chemistry? There's reading, there's writing, there's thinking, there's talking, and there's doing science. Our kids are going to have a lot of hands-on opportunities, and they're going to need to apply their thinking. So when I took chemistry many, many years ago, and maybe when you took chemistry, it was more of a lecture style class with some laboratory. And now chemistry is taught in a very different way. We're actually going to teach it in the context of earth, energy, and matter. And they're going to have to apply their thinking with chemistry concepts and actually like think deeply about it, which is very exciting. It's a great rigorous class, and it's a great preparation for higher education. So there is fairly regular homework, but I try to give them time to complete it. Typically, it's not an overnight. Usually it's a day or two that they get to do that homework. They are going to be collaborating a lot with their peers, and that's why, again, we work a lot on community building. So we have 5 units of study: thermodynamics. There's a part A and a part B, two different sections. We'll look at the structure and property of matter, molecular processes, and the earth systems. We'll be looking like even the chemistry of like plate tectonics, for instance, chemical reactions in our world. And then we're going to be looking at chemical and nuclear reactions as well. You might see something like this where we'll do an experiment and the kids would make observations. So this is a little 30-second thing here. I haven't seen this yet. This is from last year in my old room. Here we go. You might get a little audio on that. And so students would be making observations, collecting perhaps some data with this, and then making sense of this in terms of the chemistry concepts that we know. So I'll keep going on that. If you want to watch the whole thing, no problem. You can catch this in the files that I gave you. And so again, this was a continuation of this experiment here, and the kids are actually really making sense. Like, why is the plastic changing? Why is there a color change? What's happening? What chemical reaction is happening? So it's really exciting to see their growth. Now, grading this year, we're going to continue on a total points base. So some assignments will be worth more points, some will be worth less. I will categorize it in this way: class or homework, laboratory, quizzes, which are more of our formative assessments, small little chunks. Kids struggle with quizzes. It's okay. They're low enough points that we can help them remediate themselves there, get themselves back up and running so they do really well on that summative assessment. And then we'll have a category that's classroom community that deals with our community activities that where we're building our scientific community. There is a final project at the end of each semester, and I'll be telling kids more about that soon. Late work, the goal is always to get it in on time. On-time learning is the best learning for our students. We're going to, again, use Schoology and the daily files to help them keep track of that. We will most likely submit just about everything through Schoology, and that doesn't mean they have to do every assignment digitally. Students can take a photograph with their phone and upload it. Schoology is really good at that. And the nice thing is they can keep their notebooks and keep all their materials together without me having them, but I'm still able to grade them. So I think that's really good. Those systems are going to provide both accountability and structure for our kids. Okay, there is a late work policy. We do think that the work that we assign is valuable. And so if they get it in before the end of an assessment or the end of the unit, they can still earn up to 70% of their original points. And then afterwards, they can earn up to 50%. And then after that, when the marking period comes to an end, and they're very much aware of those dates, we marked them in our calendar, that's the point at which we'll no longer accept late work. So keeping in touch, email is probably the absolute best way to get a hold of me. I know sometimes it can be impersonal, but it is very good in terms of keeping track and making sure we keep communicating. You can reach me on my telephone, 248-837-8963. And then there's also messaging through Schoology that you can use. So I want to thank you again. If you have any questions, feel free to get a hold of me. I hope that you have a great day.